What's new professionally?
What's new professionally? Well, for us,
we're here this morning with Scott Miller and Michael Hoyt at the Evolution of Psychotherapy Conference in Anaheim, California.
It's a community where clinicians can come, they join. The cost is free, so you can't beat that. And the idea is for them to share their expertise with each other, rather than people who write books and give lectures. We're tapping into the content that can be created by therapists who are doing this every single day.
How do they share their expertise? Is it on a case discussion? I've got a situation, or is it research?
There's access to research. They can start discussion groups on particular topics, whether that's a particular problem or a particular therapeutic approach or a virtual practice. For example, clinicians who are working rurally. Yesterday in my presentation, somebody asked me, I work in the boondocks in a small town out in the middle of nowhere. How can I access these kinds of resources? I said, you can join. You can actually network with a group of people who are in similar situations with you. Create a virtual group practice.
How do people get in touch with ICCE?
The Center for Clinical Excellence.com.
Right. Center for Clinical Excellence.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah. Now you're doing a lot. You're here at the Evolution Conference as well.
I've come to all of the Evolution conferences: 1985, 90, 2000, 2005, and this one. Yeah. And so I've sort of seen the field. I was hoping evolve, but it isn't clear in what direction it's evolving. It seems like there's the energy people, there's the constructivist people, there's all this mindfulness, spiritual people. There's the old guard, sort of top-down psychoanalysis, cognitive behavioral therapy. You've got this problem. Here's the best practice to treat that. I've been looking for more integration and sort of an overarching principle. I think the overarching principle for me would probably be constructivism. You put your reality together in some way. How to make that both theoretically interesting but practical. How do you take it back to your office and really use it, as opposed to sort of a philosophical theory and it's fun to talk about, but now when the rubber meets the road, what do you actually do? And my new book came out this year.
What's the title?
Brief Psychotherapys Principles and Practices.
Mention your last book too.
Oh, since you asked, in 2004 I published a book called The Present is a Gift.
And this is really a phenomenal read, frankly.
Did you read it? Actually?
Absolutely.
Did you read it? It was fun, huh?
Yeah.
Have I given you a copy
of
the new one?
You gave me a copy, that's why I read it.
Have I given you the new one yet? I'll get you the red covered one. It's around the corner, but I'll get you one. I'll get you one too.
Thank you.
And it's more of an introductory book, but there's one chapter in the middle that I'm very, very proud of.
The one on solution-focused therapy.
Well, there's a thing on solution-focused, thing on brief therapy.
Somebody reviewed that, and said it's the best thing on solution-focused therapy that's been written in 10 years.
Insoo Berg told me it was the best chapter she'd
you
ever
were
read.
Channeling her.
Well, she told me that in the previous edition of it, yes. But the new book has a chapter on constructivism and the challenges we face when we're trying to do a more egalitarian, constructivist, I'm not the expert telling you how to run your life approach. Some of the issues that come up, I think that's the chapter that's worth reading. So people will take a look at Brief Psychotherapies, Principles and Practices, 2009, Tucker Publishers. And I'm Michael Hoyt.
Thanks, Mike.